You know that feeling. Someone walks in and something shifts. You don't plan it. You don't choose it. It just happens. Your brain does something weird. Your chest does something weirder. Now here's the question nobody asks. Did that feeling exist 50,000 years ago? Was there a prehistoric person sitting by a fire, looking across the camp at someone, feeling exactly what you felt? Did ancient humans fall in love? Or was it just survival, find a mate, make children, move on? The answer is one of the most surprisingly human things science has ever uncovered, and it changes how you think about love entirely. Most people assume ancient romance was simple, brutal even. Strongest male wins. Female has no choice. Repeat until civilization. That's wrong. Almost completely wrong. The evidence we have from archaeology, from anthropology, from studying modern hunter-gatherer groups paints a picture of ancient love that looks shockingly familiar. Jealousy, heartbreak, long-term devotion. Attraction that made no logical survival sense whatsoever. Humans didn't invent love when they invented poetry. Love is far, far older than that. Let's start with the biology, because love isn't just an emotion, it's a chemical event. Anthropologist Helen spent decades studying romantic love across cultures. She scanned the brains of people deeply in love using emery machines. What she found was remarkable. The brain region that lit up wasn't the emotional center, it was the reward center. The same area that activates for food, for water, for survival. Your brain treats the person you love the same way it treats things you need to stay alive. Fisher then asked the critical question, is this uniquely modern? Her answer, absolutely not. She identified the same attachment behaviors in 147 different societies studied by anthropologists. Every single one showed evidence of romantic love. Not just mating, love, longing, preference, heartbreak when it ended. This wasn't invented. It was inherited from ancestors who felt it long before language existed to describe it. Now here's where it gets fascinating. In 2005, archaeologists excavating a site near Mantua in northern Italy discovered something that stopped them cold. Two skeletons, buried together, face to face, arms wrapped around each other, foreheads touching. They called it the lovers of Valdaro, dating back 6,000 years. Someone chose to bury these two people together, facing each other, holding each other. That's not a practical decision. That's a statement. That's grief. That's love outlasting death. But it goes even deeper than burials. Researchers studying the Hadza people in Tanzania, one of the oldest continuous cultures on Earth, found something that shattered the strongest male wins assumption completely. Hadza women had genuine, active choice in partners. They expressed clear preferences. They rejected men they didn't want. They pursued men they did. And the criteria? Not just strength, not just hunting ability, kindness, generosity, how the man treated other people in the group, how he made her feel. Sound familiar? But here's the part that nobody talks about. The part that makes ancient love stranger and more interesting than any modern romance story. Jealousy existed. Fully, completely. Anthropologist Martin Daly studied jealousy across dozens of cultures and found it universal, present in every human society ever studied, including the most ancient ones we can observe. Not as a modern neurosis, as a deeply wired survival response protecting a bond that mattered. And heartbreak? Also ancient. When anthropologists documented the emotional responses of Juhoansi people after relationship losses, they found the same patterns seen in modern clinical studies of heartbreak, loss of appetite, disrupted sleep, inability to focus, persistent intrusive thoughts about the lost person. Your heartbreak isn't a modern problem. It's a 300,000-year-old program running exactly as designed. There's also evidence of something even more surprising: long-distance longing. Researchers found personal ornaments, carved tokens, and small objects in ancient burial sites that appear to have been gifted between individuals. Small carved animals, decorated shells, objects with no practical value that were kept close to the body until death. Someone made something beautiful, gave it to a person they loved. That person kept it their entire life. Let's rebuild the moment. It's evening. The fire is low. The day's work is done. People are scattered around the camp in small groups. Across the fire, someone laughs. You've heard that laugh before. You've been noticing it for weeks. Not because you planned to, because you couldn't stop yourself. You find reasons to be near them. You notice when they're gone. You feel something uncomfortable when someone else sits too close to them. You don't have words for any of this. No poetry, no love songs, no romantic vocabulary at all. But the feeling is completely, utterly familiar. You make them something. A small carved shape from a piece of bone. It takes you 3 days. You give it to them without fully understanding why. They keep it. That is ancient love. No different from yours, just quieter, just older. We talk about love like it's complicated, like it's something modern humans invented along with coffee shops and romantic comedies, but your capacity to love someone that specific, irrational, world-tilting feeling is at least 300,000 years old, probably older. Every love song ever written is just a modern description of something your ancestors felt in total silence, by firelight with no words for it at all. Helen Fisher puts it simply, romantic love is not a feeling, it's a drive, as basic as hunger, as old as the species. You didn't learn to love, you were born already knowing how. You inherited it from every ancestor who looked across a fire and felt their chest do something weird. The next time love feels overwhelming, too big, too irrational, too much, remember this. You're not weak, you're not dramatic, you're not broken. You're running a 300,000-year-old program that kept your entire species alive. It was never supposed to make sense. It was just supposed to matter. And it always has.